Well, that's an imposing door. Images are being monitored and maybe recorded for the purpose of crime prevention and public safety. Hello! This lane leads to a location that has led to the deaths of over 20 people, and yet this place is not closed to the public. In fact, the public are practically encouraged to come down here. This is Dorothea Quarry in North Wales, and at the centre of it is a deadly hidden secret. So let's go and explore it.
What's up here? Ow! Ooh.
Look, there's a sign for visitors. There's trails marked out. You can go and walk. It gives you some advice for what to do and what not to do. No barbecues, no camping, no drones. Okay, a good job. Those initial drone shots were flown from outside. I'm going to respect that. It's maybe, I don't know, it could be some kind of wildlife preserve. So yeah, I'm not going to fly the drone now that I'm in here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this trail, go around here, maybe go up here a little bit and come back down, because look, you can see there's all kinds of interesting structures and things. And yet this is this is practically the local public park. There is a housing estate just 100 meters in that direction, and I encountered families out walking with their dogs. There's something down in here. It's amazing just how quickly nature reclaims places and sort of incorporates it. Look at that. No idea what that was, but look, there's a door here. Ooh. Hello. Huh. I know what this is. At least I think I know what this is. It reminds me of the Norway Quarry, of the barracks where the miners worked. This looks a bit like that. Huh. I bet the local teenagers absolutely love this place. Oh, it's some kind of house. Someone really likes Freddos. What's through here? I've done it again. I followed a random trail and now I've ended up somewhere off the main trail. Look. So there's, look, that's some kind of, look at the moss growing over that. It's like a carpet. There's a massive slate wall or roadway or something up there. Yep. Oh wow. Look at this. This is so weird. It feels like I'm underground and there's a house like down, a story down. That's bizarre. How bizarre. This is not what I was expecting to find at all in here. I've explored the Norway Quarry and there were no like really tall buildings like this left. I was expecting to find like low huts, but not. Look, 1, 2, maybe 3-story buildings. Oh, where does this go? Failed to prepare. I figured there might be some dark places where all other lights go out. Right. Oh. Look at that. That's very cool. Look at how the beech trees are just now part of. These ruins must be old. I mean, that beech tree there, that's gotta be Can be the size of it, I would say 70 to 100 years plus. This is such a mysterious place. Imagine being here at night. Look at that, back into the darkness. Ugh. Ooh, what's in there? Hello? Oh, it's a chimney. Ooh. Oh, I know what this is. Can you tell what this is? Oh, someone's used it. That's a toilet. It's a composting toilet. There would have been a bench there with a hole in it, and then you would sit in it and huh. Quarries are not play areas. Stay out. Danger. Well, this is the first signs I've seen encouraging me to stay away from the ruins. Interesting. So I guess, needless to say, if you come in somewhere like this and go exploring around these buildings, it's very, very much at your own risk, and it's dangerous. You've been warned. I'm trying to find my way back to the path. I don't know where it is. Is that it? That might be it. There it is. I'm stuck up here. Well, that's weird. Okay, there's another keep out sign here, but yet again, the ground is really, really well trodden. Huh, should I go in here? I did bring a head torch. Oh, there's a dark, ugh, that looks really weird. I do have a history of going into weird dark tunnels, and there's a really cold breeze coming out of it. Sign says not to. Sense of curiosity says, take a quick look. What is that? There's like a light shape on the ground way up ahead. Ugh, something dripped on me. You might be thinking, maybe this is where everybody perished. But no, it's not in here. Oh, there's that white thing that was scaring me. A can of spray paint. Okay, I'm not going any further. I've been looking up ahead, and it looks like it just keeps going and keeps going. But if you look at the shape of the walls, it's no longer an arch. It looks like it's been sinking in over time. This bit, kind of normal. That bit down there, slowly sinking, and at some point that's going to collapse. And I do not want to be there when that happens, right? I'm getting out of here. By terrifying tunnels. So that scares me in a way that the tunnels at the Norwood Quarry didn't scare me. The tunnels at the Norwood Quarry are carved out of the rock. So the rock that's above them, you know, it's solid rock. That's not. That tunnel's been built, well, it looks like it's been built above ground. Because the road, the path over here is at the same level of that. So I didn't go down. So maybe it was just to, I don't know, divert a river or something. And then I think the buildings are built on top of it as well. Yeah, they are. There's some structures on top of it. So it's just built with stones, and then there's soil and more rocks. Every time it rains, every winter, it's sagging. And at some point that is going to collapse. That's scary. That sign's there for a reason. Don't go in it. Just do as I say, not as I do. More old buildings falling down. And the weird thing here is there's no signs here. So does that mean this part's okay to walk through, yet those other parts that looked almost identical aren't. Oh, I don't know. Ow! Ow! Ah! See, when you catch a bit of slate when you're running and it hits the edge of your foot, it's so painful. Okay, I need to watch my feet more, but look away. If you look way up there, you can just see, well, it's very hard to see, there's just a huge wall of slate away up there. Gonna get back to the path. Oh, what's up here? Oh, an actual road. Oh, this is it. Oh, look at that. This is one of the flooded quarries, and you can't see it because it's flooded, but underneath there's old machinery, there's old buildings. Somewhere there's a massive pile of cars, and it is a diver's paradise, like specialist diving. And the thing that has resulted in so many deaths here, it's been divers having gotten snagged, or some kind of disasters happened, or the water's much colder than they think. So yeah, there have been over 20 divers have died in here before they decided that they would only allow like registered divers in diving clubs. There's some crazy footage on YouTube. I'll put some of it up with credit of divers going way down, and it goes 100 meters deep. Which 100 meters is really deep. You see that cliff there? That cliff isn't even 100 meters high. That cliff is 50 meters. So you imagine that, then that again, up to here, and then imagine that depth down in there. That is how deep. Now, I haven't had enough time to look into it too much, but if you go and look at some of that footage on YouTube, you can see that the people who go diving in there, they're using like crazy specialized equipment. They've got like multiple tanks and spare tanks. They know what they're doing, the people who now go diving in there. But I think the problem was that prior to there being a ban on casual diving, that's what was happening. People were coming who weren't experienced, maybe didn't have the right equipment, and were going in to the cold water, down into the deep, maybe getting snagged and, well, unfortunately drowning. But the public are free to come and walk up here. It is a weird thing. Let's go find that cool looking bridge. So let's talk about perceived risk, because I've sometimes been criticized for, coming to places like this, because, I get, someone's going to copy you and they might get hurt. But is this somewhere that's more or less risky than climbing out a mountain? So going up somewhere like Crib Gawk is much more dangerous than this. But yet, there's a perception that this is riskier. There's something I do occasionally, which is, it's more risky than going into the mountains on my own. Can you guess what it is? It's road cycling. When you're out somewhere like this, you alone are responsible for your safety. And if you do something stupid and hurt yourself, well, you're personally responsible. Whereas when you're out on a bike, you've got that factor, plus you've got every idiot on the road that's driving. Yet I've never, ever been criticized for cycling and possibly encouraging someone to cycle. This is one of these places I always say I'd love to see it in its heyday, but actually it's possibly more interesting now, because in its heyday there would be none of this vegetation, none of these trees. It just would have been an industrial wasteland. Now that nature's come back in, it's a lot more interesting. By the way, it's a public forum. I'd be interested to get your thoughts on... Oh my word. That scared the life out of me. Oh, the poor thing. It's dead sheep. It's just curled up there and died, but it's, oh. Its eye is open, and I caught its eye out of the corner of my eye and thought it was looking at me. Can't believe a dead sheep is the thing that has scared me most. That was terrifying. Completely lost my train of thought. Now, yes, I'd be interested to know where is the line between people's personal responsibility and then my responsibility in kind of the places I show. Should I only show places that are 100% safe? Am I responsible for other people? And to what level? I think about this all the time. Just again to make the point that this is an actual public trail. I keep nearly falling over because I'm craning my neck to look at things. We're going uphill. Look, this is part of the Snowdonia Slate Trail. So, I might be talking out of my hip, but I think the Snowdonia Slate Trail, I think it's like a waymarked trail, chains and connects up a lot of the quarries. I now feel like it's really something I should do sometime. Oh, come on. Who came through here? Left the gate open, providing a valuable public service here. Oh. Okay. I tried. Can we just have some appreciation for a minute for these oak trees? I love oak trees, especially old ones. They're one of my favorite trees. Right, I don't think I'm gonna go any further on this trail, but this has put me in the notion to come back and do part of the Snowdonia or Erie Slate Trail. I love exploring these old quarries. Love it! Okay, it's about an hour before sunset, so I'm gonna head back down because there's some really interesting looking stuff on the other side of the lake that I'm gonna go and look at on the way back. I found a wheelbarrow! By the way, the main reason I'm in Wales this week was to attend a cinema showing of a documentary I made. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had anything in a cinema in front of a live audience. It was so strange. It was amazing to sit there and hear people reacting to like my film, my video in real time. You can like feel the atmosphere in the room change. I don't get that with YouTube. I don't get any of your like reactions or your emotional reactions in real time, but to experience that live was something really special. And that documentary is now up, it's now online, and I'd love it if you would go and give it a watch. I know it's a little bit different from my normal content, but go check it out. It's linked down in the description, and I'll link it at the end as well. Maybe this is the sauna? I don't know. What's up here? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, why is there no sign here? Worrying me about this impending death. Can I hop across there? There's no sign to say I shouldn't. Oh yes, I forgot. I've got some common sense. But oh, look at that. That entire structure, look. See, it's bulging out at the front. Just there's a big crack. Again, at some point, that entire buttress is just gonna go. Look at this. Look at the clock tower. I say clock tower, I mean the clock on the tower. Well, that's an imposing door. What is this? Images are being monitored and maybe recorded for the purpose of crime prevention and public safety. Hello? There's a camera around here somewhere. I hope that makes somebody's day when they're reviewing security. Ooh! What are these? What is that? This would be a lot. Oh, there's people camping down there, I think. I've just spotted a hammock. Huh. Over there. I didn't think there was anybody in it initially, so I thought I'll go over and have a look. And then I noticed there was a pair of shoes on the ground. When there's a pair of shoes on the ground beside a hammock, usually means there's somebody in the hammock. Yeah, there you have it. My quick run through of Dorothea Quarry. I had no useful information to give you whatsoever, apart from why is it I went straight to the tragedies. This is a fascinating place to come and explore. Absolutely fascinating. I love coming to places like this, and it's definitely put me in the mood at some point to do that slate trail. Right, gonna put the camera away, have the last little half-mile jog to myself, but thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, which Sure, we've been attacked by insects, been attacked by a giant spider. We've had to change the location we were planning to camp. I'm camping in the largest tent known to man, but we're camping in an absolutely beautiful location. So if you like insects, waterfalls, giant tents, and beautiful locations, I think you're gonna like this video.